is up, guys? It is Chelsea here, and yes, Mom, I am driving. I'm going straight for about 45 minutes, so I'm going to talk to you guys about something that happened this weekend, which I thought was really freaking cool. And this is going to be a spiritual kind of video, so if you're not into spirituality, go ahead and click yourself away. So, I don't really know what perspective I want to take on what happened. However, I do know that I do want to talk about it. So, to set the scene for you guys, last Friday, like 2 days ago, I was supposed to have some plans, and then they fell through. And then I got this overwhelming craving for fucking Jack Daniel's sauce. And you can only get Jack Daniel's sauce at TGI Fridays, alright? So, plans fell through, and I was like, alright, I have nothing to do until 9. So I'm gonna go get me some Jack Daniel's sauce and have me some nice little boneless wings. So I go to TGI Fridays, and I'm sitting at the bar, and next to me there's this older dude, and then on the other side there's this couple. Alright, gosh, my arm's gonna end up hurting. Sore from working out. Anyway, so we're sitting there, and I'm like over halfway through my wings before he even talks to me. Like, I have to run to the restroom, and I'm like, hey, can you watch my stuff? He's like, cool, yeah. I run, I come back. And so then we start up a conversation. So our conversation, it was just like, hey, how long have you been here? He's been here for a long time. He's from Illinois. And so we just kind of started talking, and somehow we got on the subject of God. We got on the subject of spirituality and things like that. And so he had told me how, I'm going to come to this side. He had told me how his father had passed away a couple months ago, and he just saw his father at such peace when he had passed. And I had told him that you can receive that kind of peace here on earth, because I can't explain the kind of peace to you that you get by being a believer, by whatever. You just know. All right. So we started talking, and he's like, I was raised Catholic, and I was like, well, I was raised Southern Baptist, so there's both restraints on both of those things, whatever. And so we just started talking, and he was like, so do you have a church around here? And I said, no, I've actually been looking for a church lately. Keyword, this is where God steps in during this conversation of, yes, I have been looking for a church lately. B, he is on the fence on if he wants to go to church or not. And so, we were talking, and he ended up telling me about this church called Flatirons Community Church. And I was explaining to him how I had a church back home, and it was multi-site, and it's Crossroads. Most of you guys, if you're watching this, you know what the hell Crossroads is. It's an amazing church. So I explained that to him, and he told me about Flatirons. And so I was like, all right, well, here's the deal. I'll go this Sunday if you go this Sunday. And he was like, I have something to do with my daughter, whatever. So I don't know if he was just in that crowd that I was in, but I hope that he was. And the reason that I say that is because we both went into the bar, and it's so funny that Jesus will meet you in a bar if that's where you're at. We're sitting there, and we're just talking about it, and we both got a need met, because he was like, he asked me about like my spirituality, or am I religious, whatever, and I told him there's a difference between being spiritual and being religious. I am not religious. Yes, I will go to church occasionally. Yes, I just left church, but I am not religious in the aspect of like, I don't think that you have to go to church all the time. I am spiritual in the aspect that I have a relationship with my Creator regardless of if I step foot into a building or not. So I kind of explained that to him, and he took that in, and then as we talked about Crossroads, we kind of dove into that a little bit. And so I hope he was in there, because here's the thing. I think I just found a new home church here in Colorado, because like I was kind of late, not gonna lie, I was kind of late, but as I'm in there, they were talking about like the changes that are going on in the church itself, and how like no matter what, if this is God's church, and we will do with it, we could change the logo, we could change the name, we could change the location, we could do whatever, but this is God's church, and we will always follow that. But then also, and the fact that I hope that man was in there is, he said, this is not your hometown church that hurt you. This could be the place that you could find healing. This could be a place with no judgment. And the series was called Rough Crowd, because obviously Jesus likes a rough crowd. And so I don't know. He opened up, and he was like, this isn't your hometown church that hurt you. And my hometown church did not hurt me. I love my hometown church back in Kentucky, Crittenden Baptist, whoop whoop. I love you. I love Crossroads. I love all of that. But the fact that like that was such something that he was afraid of being judged, and like the whole religious aspect of things, I found was so interesting. So they went on and they were like, we don't care if you're gay, we don't care if you're straight, we don't care if you're transgender, black, white, yellow, Southern American, like whatever the hell you are, you can be that and you are welcome here. And that is what Christianity is. Christianity is welcome, open arms towards people who are broken and who are messed up to receive and have forgiveness and love. Like, that is Christianity to me. So I think I will definitely be back to Flatirons. But I just had to share the fact that, like, I met and found this experience through someone at a bar. And you never know where you're going to meet someone or where Jesus is going to come and step into your life. And it's so funny because I was talking to my roommate the other day about this song. It's the song, it's on Caleb, I can't really remember it right this minute, but it's basically about like somebody getting so mad at the world and all the terrible things that are going on and everything, and then you like raise your fist to God and you're like, why don't you fix this? Why don't you stop this? Like, why don't you stop this evil? Like, why don't you do something about it? And God replies, I did, I sent you. And that's the thing, is we don't understand that in a world of social media and in a world of disconnect, our connections to people is one of the ways that God works through us. And so by sitting at that bar and by having that conversation, I took my ass to church today, I had a good ass time, spent some time with Jesus, and now I'm on with the rest of my day, and I feel so good. I just honestly hope that he was there. Anyway, I'm going to cut this video. I hope that you guys have a great, happy Sunday and a great week coming up. If you went to church today, tell me something you learned in the comments. Love you. Be your best self today, guys.